Greetings to you all. Welcome to Creative Writers. Pen Crowns Vision. Date 14th May 2021. And the topic is Ramzan, a festival of charity. May I now welcome Mrs. Manikkavalli to recite today's poetry. Please, ma'am, welcome.
Greetings, dear friends. Be blessed always. Thanks a lot, Brinda ma'am and creative writers, for the great opportunity. Ramzan, on my view, referred by our God, or is the great, MashaAllah within us, zenith of prayer, affection towards people. No words to explain. Dear friends, shall we move on to poem collections? Ramzan, a festival of charity now. Every good deed is a charity. Every charitable event is a stepping stone towards heaven. Give and you will receive. Sense of joy and happiness. Charity purifies mind and soul. Feel humble and thankful. Charity brings patience and perseverance, understands human suffering, invokes blessing, extinguishes sin. Charity is a double pity. It's about pure heart's beauty. Maybe tiny, more than a penny. When Allah blesses you financially, don't raise your standard of living. Raise your standard of giving. Thank you all Gayatri for the wonderful poem. Shall we move on to next poem in the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity. Charity beautifies the world. Sharing everything at threshold makes every favor as gold. Helping every needful as a deed. Ramzan, month of fast. All souls do pray the most. Cares and shares for needy. Does to spend for poor speedy. 30 days sacrifice food. Spends more time with God. Spends only for charity. Stores savings with curiosity. Thanks, Pialis, for the excellent poem. Let's move on to the next poem. The holy month Ramzan reveals brightly with the moon. The rays of brightness reminds us to step forward in the path of peace. Obviously, the most prayer on the festival of charity flashes of the hope and teaches us patience, discipline and devotion to God. Eid Mubarak. Thanks Jayanti ma'am for the splendid poem. Shall we move on to next poem in the collection of Ramzan, a festival of charity. A festival of sharing and caring, with heart full of mercy and pity. A new holy month in the Islamic calendar, with a new beginning without food posting. Fighter's prayer of day gives you strength, especially the prayers of dawn gives you hope. The process of your prayer sees yoga. It's an added gift to your breath. Don't feel bad about can't be in mosque today. Good hustle. The real mosque these days. Pure thoughts of the Mecca and Medina. I think all will agree and know. I'm sure that your prayer echoes in the God's arena. Thanks a lot, all Vijay Shanti, for the wonderful poem. Shall we move on to next poem? They are not only sharing the food or space, they also share the love and affection to the neighborhood. On celebrating with joyful stories and colorful night and sparkling moon, wearing new dress and blessings of the families and God. May this Ramzan bring happiness to all and enlighten all. Thank you, Sagaya Samita, for that excellent poem. Let's move on to next poem in the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity, a month of charity. Observe, fast with piety, first from dawn to dusk, without a drop of water, raven does. Sympathize with the poor, sacrificing all grandeur. Share your bounty, distribute it if you have plenty. Share and care, those in despair. Thanks a lot, Sabina Salam, for that fantastic poem. Shall we move on to the next poem? Ramzan, a festival of fasting. Encourages to sacrifice the food. Enhances self-control. Guides self-realization. Ramzan, a festival of worship. 5 times a day is a routine. Praise purifies the minds in all ways. Namaz is a prime duty than all. Ramzan, a festival of charity. Instructs to donate your part. Insists compassion and devotion. Caring the poor, the basic rule to ensure the philanthropy. Religions are refining the minds to regulate the principles of life. Every religion has certain cause. We shouldn't interfere in the rules. Love all the people without hesitation. All are equal in God's court. He showers His grace to all without any discrimination. Thanks a lot, Tom Chelvi, for the extraordinary poem. Shall we move on to the next poem in the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity? The spiritual month of Islam Ramadan. To renovate all our peace and Samadhan. Fasting from dawn to dusk. To prove the faith, take a monthful fast from risk. Moon plays a master role to begin. After new moon, they desire the day to silence. To end the fasting again, they listen. After the next new moon, expecting his first vision, Savior fasting starts with sugar, and the evening ends with iftar. Stand and sing, worldly affection they try to win. The festival of charity is Ramzan, gives a great clarity about Islam. Happy Ramzan. Thank you, Kalyanipam, for your wonderful poem. Shall we move on to the next poem in the poem collections of Ramzan? An old saying, charity begins at home. Ramzan, a festival of charity, begins at the heart of Islam. 30 days of the fasting shows the confidence and faith in Allah. Love and affection on mankind is the hallmark of the character. Let the festival of charity brings evergreen prosperity in the name of MashaAllah. Thank you, Manikkavalli, for the marvelous poem. Let's move on to next poem in the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity. Ramzan Mubarak. O Allah, whoever obstructs fasting sincerely to us the time, from the dawn to dusk, and the name stray brisk. As fire within you is undue, forgive his sin to pursue. All prosperity brightening, his life enlightening, and the presence of Christ in bone, satisfying all his deeds to board. Amen. Thank you, Sarala ma'am, for the fantastic poem. Shall we move on to the next poem in the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity? May the mercy of God be on us, like a fountain that never fades. Empathize your fellow beings and help the needy in their cryings. Forgive the offender as the Lord pardons malefactor. Self-discipline, self-control, sacrifice, speak the season of earthly paradise. Our charity this globe elevates us to the heavenly hope. Let us offer without ceasing, by pleasing not only the poor but also the Almighty. Thanks a lot, Deepa, for the wonderful poem. Let's move on to the next poem and the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity. The auspicious month of Ramzan starts. The crescent-shaped moon brighten our path towards the enlightenment. May the Almighty bless us with joys, happiness, and togetherness, with prosperity, success, and glory. Let the Spirit remain in our hearts. Light up our souls from within. Guide us to walk through life. The end of Ramadan is the start of a new journey. Eid Mubarak. Thanks a lot, Sumati, for the super poem. Let's move on to next poem and the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity. May your silent prayer of sincere faith guard our aid from evil deeds, Lord of sacrifice with fasting days. Prevent us from all hardships. Crescent moon on his silky path brings blessings and joys abundance. Hope adversity will be wiped away. New beginning is on its way. Wish you all a happy journey of peace. May this festival make our sorrows ease. Let's lend our hands to the needy. Let's extend our words to the poor and hungry. Thank God for His forgiveness and glory. Ramzan, a real festival of charity. Thanks Lord Franklin John for the fantastic poem. Let's move on to the next poem. Fasting in the 9th month of Islamic calendar. Whatever be the season, summer or winter, Muslims emphasizing brotherhood, love and charity to neighborhood, reflecting one's own personality, giving out generously. Everyone should live in prosperity and to lead a life so austerely. Denying one's pleasures, fasting from dawn to dusk, looking to go for His promises, in heaven to hold one's treasures. Let's celebrate each moment by showing God's love to our fellow human beings, wishing our Muslim friends Eid al-Fitr Mubarak. That's the significance of Ramadan. Let's everyone lead a life Ramadan. Thank you so much, Beulah, for the beautiful poem. Let's move on to the next poem in the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity. Crescent moon welcomes the festival. Muslim Brotherhood marvels. Ramzan, fasting festival for a month, learns to start and understands to share. Charity begins at home. They share a portion of their wealth. Fasting and sharing improves the health. Equals all by charity. Homes and also decorated with joy and merry, as like the purity of the crescent moon. The happiness is pure as they share for sure. Thank you so much, P.T. Kavita, for the fantastic poem. Let's move on to the next poem in the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity. The loafer that is inside. Ramzan brings up the divinity that powers the point. Ramzan showing on the face. 30 days of fasting of the poor. Ramzan teaches hunger. The 5 working prayers. Human. Ramzan that celebrate the soul. Get rid of clutter. You don't need everything. But in reality, Ramzan that gives courage. The determination to carry on, taking the mind filling project. Ramadan that gives every year, waiting for the discipline of cleaning hygiene, gathering the freshness of the body every day. Ramadan to show medical excellence in fostering, render the occult as divine in what he thought was biological. Ramadan where Allah stands with everything and blesses, overcoming the ups and downs for those gathered in the Lord. Ramadan has made us Realize the greatness of a good. Today is the best day of the world. Celebrating delightful happy Ramadan. Thanks a lot, Amna Mary, for the affectionate poem. Last but not least poem in the poem collections of Ramzan, a festival of charity. Ramadan is also known as Ramzan. Muslims begin the fast when sunlight touches the horizon. It is the ninth month of Islamic lunar calendar, a special month which brings blessing upon the believer. Faith, prayer, and Hajj gives them inner peace. Fasting improves the well-being and spiritual excellence. Zakat or charity is not only beneficial for the receiver but also a great reward for the giver. Ramzan is a month of great blessings. Allah sent first visits of Quran to Muhammad. As a holy month, as they are busy in prayer. Learn self-control, patience, and refuse all the pleasures. A sense of generosity colors the festival. As it's a time for the charity, they sacrifice an animal. They offer one half for the needy, one half for themselves, another for friends and family. A golden opportunity for Muslims to shepherd and share. Let's wish them happy Ramzan with cheer. Thanks a lot, Or Literacy, for the interesting poem. Well, friends, hope you all have enjoyed the poems. Thanks a lot, Brinda ma'am and creative writers for the wonderful opportunity. See you all in the next interesting poem recitation. Until then, it's bye from Manikkavalli.
Thank you, Manikkavalli ma'am. It was really wonderful and excellent recitation and editing. I thank all the creative writers for their wonderful penning.